Today's video is brought to you by Card Kingdom, and you can order all the Strixhaven cards you need right now by heading over to cardkingdom.com. Hello everyone, it's Seth, probably better known as Saffron Olive, and it's time, I think, for another edition of Meme or Dream. If you don't know the series, the idea of the series is Wizards publishes a bunch of deck lists each week, saying they got 6 wins in a row or more in best of 3 at Platinum rank or better, and some of these decks look really weird, so we put them to the test, try to find out, could they actually get 6 wins in a row? Are they a dream and a lot better than they look? Are they a meme and just as janky as they look? But I've always had this theory in the back of my mind that maybe there's some like trolling going on with these Meme or Dream deck lists, because some of them, like, it doesn't make a ton of sense how they could actually get 6 wins in a row. Well, I think that theory was fully realized this week. I was looking through the deck list, and what pops up but the deck that we're looking at now, if you can call it a deck. This deck, it is 27 copies of Dragon's Approach. Dragon's Approach, cool build around card. You get 4 in the graveyard, you cast 1, you tutor up a dragon. It also, like, is a bad lava spike. The thing is, this is 27 Dragon's Approaches with 0, literally 0 copies of a dragon in the deck. There are no dragons to find. We're just using it as a weird bad bird spell. So how are we backing up Dragon's Approach? Of course, Torbran and 7 copies of Seven Dwarves. Like, this is mind-blowingly meme-ish jank. I don't even know why anyone would possibly play this deck. Who would build a deck with 27 Dragon's Approaches and not throw a single dragon? Like, there's so many dragons in Standard. There's even some good ones. Like, you could be playing, I don't know, Opportunistic Dragon. I don't care. Gadrak, Goldspan. Play the bad ones even. Play a Volcanic Dragon if you don't have the wild cards, if that's a concern. But there should be at least something you can tutor up by casting all these Dragon's Approaches, but we have none. No dragons at all. Instead, we have dwarves. And this deck apparently somehow got 6 wins in a row at Platinum Baker Redder. I don't even know that's possible. How is that in any conceivable world possible? I don't get it. So now my theory is, I think there's 2 possibilities. I don't think this deck legitimately got 6 wins in a row. I think there's 2 things that could happen. One is maybe fans or players are trolling. Maybe there's a way that you could, like, build a deck like this, queue against a friend 6 times in a row, have that friend scoop. If you do it at a, like, really late weird time when not that many people are playing, maybe there's some way you could make that happen. The other possibility, and this one just struck me, maybe Wizards is trolling us. Do you think there's any possibility that Wizards, for fun, knows about Meme or Dream, and they're like, what can we make Seth play this week? And they throw together 27 Dragon's Approaches, 7 Dwarves, and a couple of Torbrans with no dragons in the deck list, and we're like, let's watch Seth have fun with this one. So, I mean, I guess we gotta try the deck. I don't even know if she should play best of 3. I guess that's like the gimmick of the series. It kind of feels like a deck that we should play in best of 1, but we'll try a best of 3 game. Like, we'll try a best of 3 game with this Meme or Dream. I can't imagine how this is going to work, honestly. Maybe, you never know. Maybe bad lava spikes is enough. I do think, after we play a game or 2, we probably got to add at least a dragon. Like, how could you have 27 Dragon's Approaches and no dragons? Like, how? That literally blows my mind. Like, and it's not even a budget thing, because there's uncommon dragons. It's not like you need to have an expensive mythic dragon. Oh, Innkeeper. Well, alright, hopefully we'll draw some lands for these Dragon's Approaches. 3, 6, 9, 12. This concept is just so strange. I don't know why anyone would have thought this was a good idea. Opponent, Emperor's Shieldbreaker. Well, boom. Land. Boom. 7 Dwarves, number 2 of 7. Attack ya. What do you say, board? What do you say? You better not get too low on life, because, the Dragons list Dragon's Approach is approaching. It's just a lava spike. It's just a 3-mana lava spike. That's it. That's all it is. Hello, opponent. Opponent. Bone Crusher Giant. Sure. Passes. Well, we will play a land. We will go attacking. Opponent blocks. They should also block with Shieldbreaker. Whoa! Oh my god. Okay. Boom. Down to 8. Well, now we got a new plan. That plan is stay alive long enough to cast these 3 Dragon's Approaches. Oh my god, is there a chance this works? If our opponent has Embercleave, we get super wrecked. We can't beat an Embercleave. I mean, Dragon's Approaches can't hit creatures. Opponent. Bring it. Hits us. Or not. Hits us. Whoa. Whoa. Oh, they got Embercleave. Okay. Well, we might be able to beat Embercleave. If they attack with everything in Embercleave, and we can get in 7 dwarf attacks. Opponent swings. Cleaves. Oh, that's probably too much. 10, 12. Alright. Wow, that was actually kind of close. Opponent hits us. Down to 8. 1 land short. Oh! Foiled by the Embercleave. Is there any possible way out of this? So we double block here. We take 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. All right, well, Dragon's Approach. Play a land. No, I mean, I guess this is our only hope, is to try to double chump and then draw land and double Dragon's Approach. This requires our opponent having nothing. Oh, all right. Well, opponent has all the Eldraine. Every bit. And Innkeeper. And attacks. Oh. Well, I mean, that almost kind of worked. If we draw the land and they stay alive because they had Great Henge, I'm going to be so sad. All right. We weren't going to draw the land anyway, so Great Henge did not matter. Well, we kind of made it close. Considering what our deck is doing, that was way closer than I was expecting this deck to get. We're actually within, like, our opponent maybe fizzling a bit and us getting a couple good draws. Wait, hang on. How's the beard doing? It's a little uneven, I think. There we go. Wait. Is that better? The spot right in there. All right, there we go. So, where were we at? Dragon's Approach. We were close. Closer than I expected. Still think the deck should probably have some dragons. What is the point of Dragons Approaching if you got no dragons? All the lands in a 7 dwarves. All right, 4 Dragons Approaches. Actually, well, yeah, I'll probably put a land to the bottom. So do you think it's possible that someone won a match with this deck in its current form? In its current form, with no Dragons Approach support, how is it possible? I'm trying to construct, like, okay, so let's say, how many Dragons Approaches does it take to win the game? Let's say we cast 1 on turn 3, 1 on turn 4, 1 on turn 5, 2 on turn 6, 3, 4, 5, 6, 2 on turn 7. That would give us lethal. So we'd have to survive 7 turns without impacting the board. I guess it's got to involve. Maybe it's where you draw all 7 dwarves. Like your starting end is like 2 lands, 5 7 dwarves. I could see that working. Boot it. Questing Beast. On the other hand, oh my god, there's no way you live to turn 7. Boom, land. Dragons approach you. On the other hand, maybe there's some potential with this idea, because if you think about it, Magda cares about dwarves and dragons. Phoenix of Ash. You know, I think what we're going to do here, and this isn't something we've tried on Meme or Dream yet. We haven't tried rebuilding the deck mid-episode. I think what we're going to do is we're going to try one more match just to make sure we're not missing something. I'm pretty sure we're not, but we're going to try one more match, and then we're going to try to build our version of this deck, starting with this foundation. We're going to keep the cards that we have in it, but we're going to make upgrades to the deck, and I don't know if the deck would be great, but I think the deck would be interesting, and possibly even good, if we had some support cards to it, or at least reasonable. I don't know if it'd be great, but, well, Torbran does up our Dragon's Approach clock. If we get down Torbran first, Dragon's Approach is hit for 5. Then we're lava axing. Lightning axe, lava axe, lava axe. But that could actually be a thing. Oh boy. All right, opponent controlling. Land? No. Oh dear. Oh dear. Oh dear. Oh dear. Opponent untaps. Blazing Island. Rowan. Can this hit Planeswalkers? No. Pings us. Oh, God. Okay. Well, I'm assuming this is not on the ways to win leaderboard. Drawing 2 lads in 7, 1, 2, 3, 4, 7 dragons approaches, and a Torbran. House is just gonna ultimate. Yeah. There's no way. It's gotta be a troll. This build has gotta be a troll. It's gotta. Oh, okay. We're doing it. This build has gotta be a troll. There's no way this isn't a troll. How is it possible that someone could win 6 in a row with this in best of 3? Like, what we need to figure out is, what are the odds of someone getting a free win? How often do you have an opponent that, like, disconnects, that has to go do something else, whatever? Like, how often do you get a literally free win, where you could be playing 60 lands in your deck, and your deck would pick up the win? Is it possible that that could happen 6 times in a row? I have never experienced anything like that. I guess theoretically it could happen to someone, but I have never picked up a free win that way, or even close to that way. Well, play a Torbran. Opponents. I mean, so I've picked up free wins that way. You have people that scoop or time out, but I can't think of a time when I picked up 2 in a row, let alone 6 in a row. So it does happen, but what would the odds be of that happening 6 times in a row naturally? It seems like it'd be pretty low. Opponent. Shark Typhoon. Sure. Untaps. They can ultimate this Rowan whenever they want. Yeah. So now our opponent can copy their spells for 2, gonna do some learning, and they get a discount, and they kill the Torbran, and they do it twice. Our opponent's playing some straight up brew too, and wait, they're not copying any of those? Interesting. Well, Dragon's Approach. The other thing that makes me think this deck is a troll is, even if you were the newest player who doesn't know anything about Magic, it's hard for me to believe that you would put 27 Dragon's Approaches in your deck and not a dragon. New players love Big Timmy stuff. If this deck had a couple of, like, random uncommon dragons or something, sure. Completely fair. That is probably a thing that could definitely happen. But with 0... Oh my goodness, they keep gaining life. 4 life gain is 2 additional Dragon's Approaches. Oh. Yes, there's no way. There's no way this is going to work. Our opponent is literally doing nothing, but we are doing much less than nothing. Our opponent probably feels like they're playing against Sparky. I feel like we are Sparky. Editor, turn me into Sparky. Opponent. Sure. Seven Dwarves. Oh, God. So I think even if it was a new player, I don't think you can write this deck off as a new player. Because I think if a new player was building this deck, there would 100% be dragons. Because that's like the cool thing you do with the deck, is get a dragon. Like, that's why you play Dragon's Approach. So I could see Dragon's Approach being a deck a new player would build, but I can't imagine them building it without a dragon. Oh, I really would like to concede. I don't think we can for the sake of hashtag content, but I think we have figured out in just 1.5 matches, there is very close to 0% chance this deck would ever win a game. Opponent. They're to the point where they're tutoring up the bad lessons and discarding the hand size because they've gotten all the good ones. Opponent's deck looks fun. Kind of wish we were playing a somewhat real deck to, nope, no, we got 4, but we don't believe in dragons. Wow, that is depressing. We have successfully cast 5 Dragon's Approaches, and we have to say no. That's the most depressing thing I have ever experienced. We could have got a Velomachus. We could have got a Volcanic Dragon. I don't even care how bad the dragon is. We could have gotten something. Oh, yeah. Opponent, you can see them. They're like, wait, what am I missing? There's 5. Why are they not getting a dragon? Opponent, I'm right there with you, King Dev Man. You can see him hovering. You can see him Wait, 1, 2, 3, 4. Wait, did they misclick? Why am I not losing to a dragon here? Opponent's asking the real questions. Oh, opponent. Please kill us. Please kill us. Opponent. Island. Oh, geez, opponent. Pick up the pace a little bit. 1 damage at a time. If our opponent had Dragon's Approaches, they'd be killing us by now. Are you going to cast this lesson for 1 damage? Opponent. Not even going to bother. Well, I guess if there's any value to this, our opponent seems very afraid that we're going to get a dragon. And they're, like, trying to play around it. Nope. No dragons. They don't exist. They're magical made-up creatures. Didn't you know that? We're in the real world, where Dragon's Approaches exist, but not dragons. And also Seven Dwarves. All right. Shark. Yes, there you go. There you go, opponent. That's a clock. I honestly am not... Ugh. All right, cast it. Ping us. Yes, that works too. All right. Well, we're going to do that one more time. Opponent's got a cute little Strixhaven-y Learn Lesson deck. It's cool that we're getting to see that, I guess. That's a thing. That's probably been my favorite part of this match. Also, declining Dragon's Approach. Who declines a Dragon's Approach? Seriously, who? Who? I don't even... You know, we're going to keep this. I think, you know how we could actually win a game of Magic? Is by getting super lucky. If we draw land, and we can go Seven Dwarves, and then start casting Dragon's Approach, that is a way that we could win. If we don't draw land, we weren't going to win anyway with this deck, so... Okay, we draw land. Well, we'll see. Seven Dwarves, here they come. Please don't kill it. We really need to get in damage. Opponent, Island, passes. Seven Dwarves number 2. Opponent. Alright, has the removal. Land. 3-mana Lightning Bolt. Well, we'll draw Dragon's Approach. Can we scoop, chat? Can we scoop? I don't want to get yelled at for early scooping, but... This is literally hurting my soul on a really deep level. This is so painful. This is painful and it's not even like... I love jank decks. I love jank decks. They're some of my favorite decks to play. But what makes a good jank deck is the ability to lose a lot, but also do something really cool when it works out. The problem I have with this deck is... There's no really cool thing when it works out. The really cool thing when it works out could be getting some splashy dragon, but that's not in the cards. So even if things work out, we're not really doing anything interesting. Like, working out is casting 3-mana lava spikes. Like, that is things working out. Opponent going to manually tap and foretell. All right, gonna counter it, right? All right, we will discard the hand size. You know what? I'm not going to put you through this, chat. There's zero way. There's no way that this can possibly... Okay. Opponent, your deck is sweet. Okay. So what do we learn? There's no way, no possible way that this deck won 6 in a row. 0. I have never been so confident in making a claim about a Meme or Dream deck as I am with this one. 0% chance that this deck could actually have won 6 times in a row. So, let's see if we can make this deck a little bit more interesting, and maybe even do something sweet. So, what is the best dragons that we could find in this deck? I mean, red has some upside because we're already in red. I mean, the best is probably Velomachus, honestly. We can splash into another color. Tanzir, not really. Belladros, a little bit too splashy. Here are the peaks. When it enters a battlefield, creatures you control gain double strike. Destroy all your opponent's walls. Forget about Siege Dragon. Okay, so bring in Magda to go with the Seven Dwarves. We can keep the Torbran. Like, see, even do this Volcanic Dragon, if you want to add 0 more rare wild cards, even that, or like Hellkite Punisher, at least that's a thing to make it so you don't have to say no to your Dragon's Approach. All right, 2 Velomachuses, a Terror of the Peaks, a Goldspan Dragon. And then we bring in Magda, and then we want Vault Robber. Is it worth it? So we need to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I guess we gotta add some Boros lands. This probably still won't be busted, but it might be more fun at least. All right, add in a couple lands in case we want to actually cast Velomachus. So we got Magda. I guess if we're upgrading, might as well actually add a sideboard of some kind at least. Scorching Dragonfire, Soul Seer. Cathartic Reunion also works really well with Dragon's Approach. This is kind of a cute way to actually find our Dragon's Approaches if we actually get it to stick around. I kind of like Fervent Mastery too. That's another way we can get a bunch of Dragon's Approaches in the graveyard. Tybalt's Trickery. Probably just going to hit Dragon's Approach, isn't it? Ooh, Chandra. Let's add Chandra. That's card advantage, and it can discard our Scorching Dragonfires. Also of interest, what if we Velomachus? We could Luca into Velomachus. That would also be interesting. All right, let's go Radiant Soul Weaver for some life gain against aggro. How does an aggro deck beat? How does an aggro deck beat us casting Dragon's Approach with lifelink? I don't think they do. We'll go down to 1 Torbran, and we'll go down. All right, we'll go down the Fervent Mastery. All right, deck officially fixed. We'll see if this matters. I mean, it's got to be better. Is it going to be good? I don't know, but I feel like we actually have some amount of a game plan now. We got dragons, so it's got to be an improvement. Like, there's no way it can be worse than what we were doing before. All right, opponent is on the play. Are you ready for the Dragon's Approach? All right, well, we'll accept this. Seven Dwarves into Magda. Start making treasures. All right. Ooh, and our Snarls come into play untapped. What a nice little bonus. That does not happen much. Opponent. Pathway and foretells. Well, Snarl. Seven Dwarves. Go. Opponent. Land passes. Oh, play a land. Go to combat. Attack. We're going to wait. We're going to cast Dragon's Approach number 1. Down to 15. Opponent. Land. And passes. Well, play a land. Magda. Opponent counters. Well, Magda. Okay, so we get a treasure. We hit our opponent. 2 to the bottom. Opponent looking a little desperate. Okay, down to 12. So we got to resolve 4 Dragon's Approaches if we don't get any more creature damage. Opponent land. Extinction Event. Sweeps our board. Well, Dragon's Approach. Down to 9. Oh, this is actually kind of oddly close. Titan's Nest. And a land. Opponent passes. I'll play the land. Dragons approach you. Dragons approach you. Down to 3. Okay. Cycle Shark Typhoon. Is this going to happen? Is this the real world? Opponent mills some card draw. Exiles some cards. Exiles some more cards. What are they going to cast? Exiles even more cards. Garrick. Makes wolves. Opponent passes. I'll play a land. Dragon's approach. Ah! 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 And we get to rub it in. We get to rub it in. Oh! Okay, our upgrades seem to have been helpful. They seem to have actually improved the deck. That was kind of impressive. Well, Chandra's in. Chandra's in. No Soul Weavers. We'll go down Terror of the Peaks. We'll go down Torbran. And let's go 19 Dragons Approaches. All right, it's Chandra time. That worked. That was an improvement. I mean, I don't think we broke the format, but just that little bit of an extra push was enough to put us over the top. Ugh. Now we get Snarl punished. I think we mulligan. We have all of our dragons in hand, which we don't especially want, because we'd rather be tutoring them up with Dragon's Approach. Be sweet if this Magda lived. The treasures for Chandra would be spectacular. Opponent. Scries to the bottom. Well, let's snarl. Magda. Oh, all right, no removal. Let's get a treasure, opponent. Let's ramp into this Chandra, please. Opponent. Swamp. All right. Go zombies. That's not a card that we had really planned for. Well, we do get 6 power of zombies. If our opponent does not have a sweeper, there is a world where we can get there with our dorks. On the other hand, our deck is going to have a lot of lands and not a whole lot of action. You know what's kind of funny? Our opponent maybe should not take the ones from our hand. All right. Yeah, so there goes our deck. Play a land. Go attacking. I mean, I guess if our opponent has a sweeper, at least we get to play the Chandra. Opponent's down to 12. Land. Binding the Old Gods. That's not that good. That's not a sweeper. I'll play the land. Chandra. Hit ya. Down to 4. Opponent gets a forest. Oh my goodness. Land. Up to 5. Do you have a sweeper? Heartless Act. Maze Mind's Tome. Got them to you. Oh, that was beautiful. The upgrade is complete. I don't know who tried to troll us, but we have taken the troll, spun it on its head, and taken down the best deck in Standard with with our upgrades. Oh, that was amazing. I kind of want to just stop right now while we're ahead. That might be it. We did it. We played the bad build. We upgraded it. We won with the upgrade. Peace out. Ridiculous Dragon's Approach deck. Although I do think the upgrades were super sweet. They actually really worked. And now I kind of am like intrigued by some of the things that we were looking at with the upgrades, in all honesty. Like, if you look at the upgrades, there are some interesting concepts here of something that maybe could actually be, like, we did this really quick on camera. Like, we were just kind of throwing cards in, but there actually might be something here. Chandra seems sweet. We have the discard draw treasure maker. Like, Cathartic Reunion could also be really sweet in this deck to speed up Dragon's Approach. We also could go with Seize the Spoils that makes a treasure and lets us discard a card, which would ramp us into our bigger stuff and be another treasure for Magda. So now I'm kind of thinking, like, maybe something's here. Maybe it doesn't involve Torbran in the Seven Dwarves, which we kind of had to keep because it's the original deck, and if we just, like, take out all the cards in the original deck except Dragon's Approach, is that even an upgrade, or do we just build a new deck? But, I don't know. Now I'm kind of intrigued. So I think, here's the challenge. Send me in your best Dragon's Approach lists. Also including some number of dwarves. The treasure sub-theme. What can we do with a deck that, let's say, you're required to play Dragon's Approaches? I should move myself out of the way. A minute, let's go over here over the sideboard. I mean, it's Meme or Dream. Sideboard doesn't matter anyway. So send me your deck list in the comments, or you can email them to me, that involve Dragon's Approach and Magda. You can build around them however you want. You don't have to play Seven Dwarves. You don't have to play Torbran. You don't even have to play the dragons that we play. That's the requirement. Dragon's Approaches in Magda. And send me your sweetest list, because I think with some of the upgrades we were seeing, like the Chandra, with the Seize the Spoils, there might actually be something pretty cool here that I'm not going to say is going to break the format, but Fervent Mastery is another interesting one. So get to work. The upside of this is you should be able to do this brewing challenge pretty easily. Magda, I guess, is a rare wild card, which if you don't already have it, that is kind of a bummer. But because most of our deck is Dragon's Approach, approach. That's 1/3 of our deck. This should be a brewing challenge that you can do pretty easily. So let me know, make your list, send them in, and we'll play. I'll work on it as well, and we'll play some more of this in the future. But that has been Memer Dream. Troller Dream. Also, let me know what you think about that. Are we getting trolled? Are we getting trolled by WotC? Are we getting trolled by players? How did that original list come to be? What do you think of the upgrades? Let me know in the comments. Thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed this short upgraded Memer Dream, and I will talk to you soon.
Thanks for watching the video. If you enjoyed it, help us out by clicking that like button down below. And to keep up on all the latest and greatest, click that subscribe button. And don't forget to hit that bell icon to get alerts whenever we have new videos. And if you want to, check out some of our other sweet videos here and here.